Hello everyone, welcome back to the Purple Pumpkin. I'm Laura and I garden out of Connecticut, Zone 6. And today we're going to do a little bit more of a casual garden tour. I'm not going to go into super detail about everything. The season is kind of coming to an end. Some plants aren't looking at their absolute best right now. And I have been doing a lot of work in the garden. So things are moving around. Anyway, it is fall, almost officially, but definitely unofficially. It is fall, and this is my favorite time of year, and it's definitely my favorite that the garden has looked all year. I just love the look of the pumpkins everywhere, and the leaves are falling. It's giving all the autumn feels, and I love it, and it's amazing. So here we are at the entrance to the back garden, and this pumpkin plant here is putting on some little pumpkins for me. There's a few different styles. They have that one there with the little bumps on it, and then this one is more striped, and they're just looking really cute. And there was a sweet autumn clematis on here. It's still on here, but it's out of bloom, so I'm going to give that a haircut soon. And I did put up my little spooky tree there. And these pumpkins are amazing, the way they're trailing down. It's looking more like the polka dot pumpkin around here lately with all the powdery mildew that is happening. But they're still putting on pumpkins. The pumpkins are still healthy, so we're good. And I am doing a voiceover for this video. It was extremely windy, actually for the last 3 days. But I really wanted to get this done for you before more things start dying. So here we go into the backyard. There's an autumn joy sedum here. The autumn joy sedum, I have a lot of these. That's the pink one here. I have a lot of these on the property, and actually I just moved a bunch of them to the front. But they all come in right about this time of year, and they are just one of my favorite plants. They are so easy to take care of. I love sedum. They're amazing. If you don't have them, they're a great starter plant. You barely have to do anything with them, and they'll take pretty much any soil. So they're just a great plant, and they look beautiful in the fall, and they look beautiful really all year round, I think. I like how they look when they're coming up in the spring. They're just a great plant. And then I also have just some plants over here that need to be planted. I need to get on top of that, but it's a big project, so I'm kind of waiting. I did split the irises that I had in my other bed. I split them and I moved them over here. So that's those little stumpy ones. This is rose campion, and you can see with that one in the middle that's kind of dying back. Some of them just have done that. I'm not really sure why, because the ones surrounding it are fine. But it's what it is. It's fine. And then over here, this is another sedum, but this is the strawberry milkshake that I was showing in my latest video of my clearance plant haul. I have 2 of these, and actually one is supposed to be called a night embers and the other is a strawberry milkshake, but they look pretty much identical. And then I have a bunch of Agastache lavender mint that I grew from Baker Creek seed. That's what all these light purpley with peach blooms are. And there are several ageratum seedlings in here as well. They just really are prolific self-seeders, and they pop up all season. And this is a full-grown ageratum that self-seeded from last year. This is one of my favorite ones. This color is beautiful. It's like a really light, it's like a periwinkle, which is pretty much my favorite color. And I popped the sedum that I got on clearance right in there. And I think this area is looking really pretty. The herb spiral, I pulled the rosemary out of there to put into a different bed. I think I'm going to use the herb spiral for more of annual herbs and then put perennial herbs into a different bed. You can see the powdery mildew is getting a little out of hand on the pumpkins. This is to be expected. There's tomatoes in there that I forgot about. This is what happens in September. Things get crazy. But there are, I have been able to harvest several pumpkins. You'll see those on the little porch, and then you can see some little ones over there. These sweet potatoes, I'm not sure when to check them. I'm not going to be surprised if I don't get any. But I'm not sure when I'm supposed to check to harvest them. I have to look that up. If you guys know, feel free to leave it in the comments. These are heuchera. This one is called Midnight Rose. It's gorgeous. It's like a really dark purple. And then this other one is more of a dark green, I'd say, but it looks almost black. And I love it. This is all part of my new transitioning the garden to be more of a goth look, more of a darker themed garden for next year. There's some ageratum over here, and I did take down the little fence that I had put up around the pumpkin patch because the season's coming to an end, and I have like a lot of thinking to do about how I want to grow the pumpkins next year. And for me, it's just visually, I like to take down the barriers. It makes my head able to better form ideas. If that makes any sense. Over here I have coleus and another autumn joy sedum at the base of this arch here. And there's also a little variegated boxwood in there. And on the other side of this arch, I just got this new gnome I'm very excited about. I got her at home, and she's adorable. She has braids. My daughter Ivy, she wears her hair in braids every day. And I thought this one looks sort of like her. It's got a purple hat too. So we call her Poison Ivy, and she's so cute. But this garden, which I'm now calling the Cauldron Garden, has really become one of my favorite areas in the garden since I redid it a couple months ago, I guess. It has some hardy geranium in here that has taken very well and is already starting to spread. There's some ajuga. There are these celosia at the base of the cauldron planter. They are getting to be pretty much done for. We had like 3 days of really torrential rain, and they could not take that. They just were like getting pounded into the ground. But I love this garden, how it looks all with warm colors. I just really love it. And that's not usually my style. So look at, and also this little girl is holding a dog. And we have a little dog, Boomer. So this is just perfect. She's little Poison Ivy. Do you guys have an at-home near you? They have the best Halloween, and they put their Halloween stuff out super early. They're usually one of the first ones to drop Halloween, usually in June. And I love it because we celebrate all things spooky all year round. These are the Leprechaun Gold Columbine that I grew from Baker Creek Seeds again. And they are loving their life over here now. And then this is a Crimson 9 bark that I got on clearance. I think it was like $11. It's gorgeous. It's very dark and gorgeous. And it's supposed to have like white flowers. And then over in the Moon Garden isn't looking the best, but these spooky dianthus are looking really cool. These are also from Baker Creek Seeds. I love the shape of the petals. They're amazing. The black-eyed Susan vine that is in this pot is doing pretty well, actually. I think it likes it better when it's cooler. It's the first time I've grown that plant, but it's flowering now, and it wasn't for a while. So there's my little ghosty. And these petunias are still going. This pile of wood here, this is kind of a long story, but I'll try to do it as fast as I can. I'm working on a greenhouse project, and I saw on Facebook Marketplace that people they were called like lumber seconds or something. They're like after they mill boards, these are like the scraps that are left over, and they were selling bundles of them for $20, and the bundles looked pretty big, and they said that they would be like 8 feet long, and I was like, that could be really cool to put on my greenhouse project and have the bottom kind of look like a log cabin almost, right? So that was the idea. It ended up that the guy only lived like 2 streets over from us, so even better. But it is a ton of wood. It's so much. We had to take 2 truckloads, and now we have so much. I did not need all this, but we're going to use it for like kindling and stuff. We'll use it for projects. It's going to be good. We're going to have a lot of stuff that we can do with it. So I'm actually pretty excited about it. And I did start using some of them already. You'll see a little later. Sorry about that spinning of the camera. I know that's annoying. Over here are a few hydrangeas that are not going to bloom this year, but that's okay. This hydrangea paniculata behind it, the more tree-formed one, is blooming right now, and it looks beautiful. And there's a couple evergreen bushes in this bed as well. And yeah, this... I believe this one is called the vanilla strawberry hydrangea, and I love it. It's beautiful. I only got this at the end of the season last year, so it likes its spot. It bloomed for me. I'm all happy with that one. Over here, I think I'm maybe gonna change around a little bit. Like I said, I was really trying to think of a new plan for the pumpkin patch next year. There's a pumpkin in there, you can see. These ones are called La Rouge, and they ripen to like a pink, like a pinkish hue. They have a pinkish hue. This bee balm over here, that's this tall plant. These are kind of starting to get pulled over by the pumpkins. And then on this side, I have a lot of gomphrena that is finally blooming. There's a few different colors. There's like a light purple, a more fuchsia purple, and a white. And they're cute, but I won't be growing them again. I do like how they have, looking up close, like this little bit of a spirally pattern when you look at them up close. I like that. That's cute. But they just weren't worth it for me. This bed is a little bit out of control. A lot of things are a little bit out of control right now. There's ageratum in here as well, spilling over. And then over here, I think I'm going to probably end up moving a lot of the bee balm to the front. Here is a pumpkin here that got pollinated probably a few days ago. I wanted to give you kind of like a look at the sizes of them and stuff. So that one was probably pollinated a few days ago, and I'll be showing you another one in a little bit that's even earlier. I'm just like loving this view right here. I just, Sometimes I can't believe it that I actually have achieved all this. This used to just be a blank yard, so I like to take it in sometimes. I love it. I love my yard. I love my garden. So on this side I have some more ageratum in here. There's some yarrow in here. And there is a dahlia in here. This is my first year growing dahlias. I got this one from my sister-in-law for Mother's Day. And I want to try to save the tubers. But it'll be my first time trying to do that. So I'm going to need to learn about it a little bit more before I attempt. And over here, this area is really kind of my favorite. I like to keep my favorite things closest to the house, you know, so I can look at them and enjoy them more often. So in this bed, I have more Agastache lavender mint. There are a bunch of echinacea seedlings that are actually starting to put on quite a bit of growth. And there's an autumn joy sedum. This is another ageratum there. And then I have an oak leaf hydrangea over here that I love. The flowers have died back, but I kind of like how hydrangea flowers look when they're dead. I think they look kind of cool. And the fairy garden is looking very fall. I put some little mini pumpkins in there for them. I think they like it. And this ageratum is looking beautiful. And then over on this side is where I'm working on my greenhouse project. You can see a little bit of it there. So I had pallets over here to make the bottom, right? And then I covered that all with greenhouse plastic. And then I screwed in these boards, so it kind of looks like a log cabin, but you can see there's gaps, obviously. I haven't quite decided what I want to do with those. I'm probably just put more board on it. But what if I want to do something fun, like a mosaic style something in those like gaps? I don't know. Does anybody have any ideas? Anyway, things are coming along with the greenhouse. And I'm going to be taking down this, the wire arch and just having the wood one there. And I think I'm going to do that with the one at the entrance to the backyard as well. But right now, you know, there's pumpkins climbing on it. So I'm going to wait to take them down. But this will just give me more to use for the main pumpkin patch next year, since I want to try to do a lot more vertical growing. But there are some pumpkins on here. So here we go. This is one that was just pollinated yesterday or today. It's closed up, but it was open this morning. This one's open right now. That's also a female. And then these are all females that I'm showing here they look like a little pumpkin at the base. So those are all your females. And as long as those get pollinated, you have a pumpkin. Boomer. He's excited about something, probably a chipmunk. We have chipmunks anyway, but since I put that wood there, they are even worse and they're driving him crazy. So that's probably what's going on over there. Over here, I still have a jigsaw pepper down here. That's what this variegation looks like. That one is still growing. I just love jigsaw peppers. The plants themselves, they're so pretty. But things are starting to die. These hanging baskets are not looking so great. With the exception of this Mona Lavender one that I showed you guys in my Goth Garden video. That is still going strong. And this container is doing great. This has an aster in it and some Dusty Miller. You can see some of my pumpkins there at the base. The window box is doing pretty well. It is getting eaten a little bit. Someone's eating the leaves a little bit on the purple sweet potato vine. And these Angelonia have not bloomed, but I think they will. The ones that I have in the garden are blooming a lot, so hopefully they will bloom for me. Another aster in the purple pumpkin here. And I really like how this looks, just simple with the lobelia in front and the aster. These asters have been great for me, and I like how the center, the part that's yellow, it just kind of turns brown, and it makes it a lot easier to like see where you need to deadhead the dead ones, because they have like a different color center. It's just cool. I don't know. I just like it. So that's pretty much everything that's going on in the back garden. I will give a tour of the front garden soon. I'm shuffling even more stuff around in the front, to be honest. Things are kind of crazy right now, but it is the best time of year. It's beautiful out. The weather is gorgeous, and I am really enjoying it. So I hope you guys had a nice time, had a nice look around my backyard, and I hope you all are enjoying fall. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new here, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.